Channel. Today is going to be an exciting video where I do this look on my eyes using the amazing KathleenLights and Colourpop Dream Street palette. This palette is amazing. I just received it in the mail and just grabbing it, doing a quick look with it. I was already super excited about it. The shades were amazing. They were easy to blend. They were super pigmented, and I'm so pleased with this product. It is super affordable and awesome. I highly recommend it. So if you guys want to see how I got this look, then we will just jump right on into it. To prime my lids, I'm just going to take this Maybelline Master Conceal Face Studio Camouflage Concealer. This is in the shade Light. I'm just going to take a brush and use that just to kind of pick up a little bit more of the product. Alright, so to set down that concealer I used to prime my eyes, I'm going to take the shade Moony and just set down all that concealer so that it is less tacky and I can build shadows on it really nicely. Alright, so moving on, I'm going to take the shade Shooting Star. Just going to take that shade and just blend it as my crease shade. I'm just going to kind of blow out this shade quite a bit and quite high, as it is just my transition shade, and then when I go in with the next color, I'm going to be a bit more precise about where I'm putting it, but this one I'm just going to kind of blow it out in the crease area, kind of down on the lid. Okay, so once I have that shade blended out, I'm going to take my Luxie 235 brush. It's a smaller blending brush, and I'm going to start by taking the shade Potion here and just kind of applying that only kind of on one side of my brush, because I'm going to be more specific of where I'm putting this shade. So I'm just going to start on the outer corner and just kind of pop that out there, and then slowly bring that leftover shadow over. So to kind of give it a bit more color and cranberry to the look, I'm going to take the shade Spark, and I'm just going to keep the same Luxie brush and just keep the shadow more so on one side of my brush. And then I'm just going to deepen that crease a little bit more with this shade. So pretty. I love this. So excited about this palette. You can do so many looks with it. Next, I'm going to just take that clean blending brush we used to blend out the crease shade, and I'm just going to blend out those edges, make sure that it's all soft and that all the shadows kind of correlate a bit nicer. And then I think before I go in and apply my cut crease shade, I'm just going to take an even smaller brush. This is more of a precise brush, and I'm going to take the shade Elfish, this like dark brown shade, and I'm just going to deepen the outer corners just a tad bit with this shade. So once I've kind of deepened that outer corner, I'm going to do my cut crease. I'm going to do this a little bit differently than what I usually do. I'm just going to stick with more of a lid cut crease, because I do want to do a bit of an ombre effect on the eyelids. I'm just going to take a little angled brush that I like to use for a cut crease, and I'm just going to take a little bit of that concealer I used to set down my lid, and I'm just going to put some on my hand, and I'm just going to cut out that crease. So the next shade I want to take is this shade called Stardust. And I'm just going to take that shimmery shade kind of a bit more on my outer corners. Bringing it not quite to the middle of my lid, but almost. And then keeping that same brush, I'm going to take the shade Sweet Dreams and I'm going to apply that one more on the center of my lid and then going a little bit into my inner corners, but not all the way. And I'm also going to bring it over just a tad with the other shade just to kind of meet them together. So I'm going to go back to the shade Moony, which is that really pretty whitish pink shade. It's kind of like a champagne color that we use to set down our eyeshadow primer. And I'm just going to keep that same brush, just take a little bit more on the tip of the brush. Then I'm going to apply that shade kind of more in my inner corners to meet with that really pretty gold shade that we used. I feel like this shade is super pretty because it's not like completely matte, but it's also not a shimmery shade. It's just got like a really nice kind of sheen to it, so it looks really good with the shimmery shadows. Next, I do want to deepen that outer corner again just a tad bit more, so I'm gonna go back to the shade Elfish. Just deepen that outer corner just a tad. I'm just going to apply some shadow to my brush and just kind of pack it on. I'm not really gonna blend it, I'm just going to press it into that outer corner. To highlight my brow bone, I'm going to go back to the shade Moony and just apply that to my upper brow bone. Before we kind of do the rest of our face, I'm going to take my Kat Von D liquid liner and I'm going to do a wing with this look. Super fun, and I just think because this is already such like a fun glamorous look, I feel like adding a wing is just going to put it all together and just kind of make it more glam, more fun. Since my wing liner is on, I am going to do a little bit of tight lining. So I'm just going to grab some black liner and tight line. So because there was a little bit of fallout with this look, I'm just going to take a wipey and just clean out under my eyes. Moving on to the face, I'm going to take my Maybelline Baby Skin Primer and just prime my face. This is a bit more of a silicone primer, so it is a bit more pore filling. For foundation today, I'm actually going to switch it up and take one of my Too Faced Born This Way foundation samples. I'm going to take the shade in the middle, light beige. I'm going to apply this foundation with my Morphe Y6 brush. For concealer today, I'm going to lighten up the under eyes. I'm actually just going to take my Morphe Y6 brush and just blend that out with this. I find this brush blends out concealer really well, considering how big it is. So. To set all of that down, I'm going to take the Too Faced Born This Way setting powder. I figured this would be a good setting powder to use considering I used the Born This Way foundation, so why not use the Born This Way setting powder. Bronzer today, I'm going to take my Wet n Wild Contouring Mega Glow Contouring Palette in Dolce de Leche. I think it's Dolce de Leche. I'm going to take the bronzer side and carve out those cheekbones. Blush today, I'm going to take this Wet n Wild Color Icon Blush in Mellow Wine, and I'm going to take this dual fiber brush, which I love for blush, and I'm just going to put that on my cheeks. Then for highlight, I'm going to take my favorite highlight at the moment, which is the Becca Cosmetics Highlight in Moonstone. Take some on my highlighting brush and just highlight those cheekbones. Melt all of those powders into my face. I'm going to take my MAC Fix Plus and just spray it. Next, for my lower lash line, I'm going to go back to Dream Street. I'm going to take the shade Shooting Star, and I'm just going to blend that on my bottom lash line. And then on a bit more of a precise brush for my lash line, I'm going to take this shade right here, which is Spark, and I'm just going to apply that right at the lash line, and I'm going to take it about halfway. And then taking the teeny tiniest bit amount of the shade Elfish, just going to buff that right at the outer corners. Then I'm going to go back to the shade Moony with my pinky finger, and I'm just going to pop that in my inner corners. For the lip color today, I'm going to take 2 of the Dream Street Trio lip colors. I'm going to take the shade Dreamy, and then on top I'm going to put Moonchild. Next, I'm going to take the shade Moonchild just to add a little bit of sheen and gloss to the lip. You can definitely skip this step if you are not into a glossy lip and you prefer more of a matte shade. Okay guys, so this is the final look. I really love how the eye look turned out. I think it is so cool, so different and pretty. I really hope you guys can do this look. If you have the KathleenLights Dream Street palette, it is such an amazing palette. It is super affordable. You get so many amazing pigmented shades. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel before you leave, and we will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.